avoid side stitches.
Side stitches is like when it really hurts and you're like feel like you're cramping up and you're feeling like a lot of pain.
Yeah, it's mostly on your side. It's when your lungs diaphragm is cramping up and you feel that really aching pain on the side, and it like really slows you down.
I'm pretty good at that, developing. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the SportsLit cast. And I'm going to change things up a little bit this year. I'm working the Reavis hat in there. It's a 75th anniversary hat that I just got from our athletic director, Coach Morak. So thanks, Coach Morak, for the hat. We got to give a shout out to you for donating another hat. As if I don't have enough hats. There's like 12 of them in the background there. All right, we're starting off this first episode of 2025 with my friend Leo. And Leo is a member of our boys cross country team. How you doing, my friend?
Doing very well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good as well over here. So I'm excited to start a new school year and learn a little bit about cross country. I don't run a lot. Would you be able to teach me to run if I said to you, I want to start running, I want to get in shape, I'm going to take on some of this distance running business? Would you be able to help me out in that?
Of course. Anybody can run, but like running good, that's where the real trick is.
I guess running well is I probably would hurt myself, I think, if I tried to start, if you're not running correctly. I think the most I've ever run, I did a 5K one time, and I had to train a little bit for that, but I couldn't figure out how to breathe.
I feel like breathing is a really big part of it. I usually have like a rhythm where I breathe in one step and then breathe out the next two steps. Breathe in and then breathe out, and you just got to time it with your steps, and it really helps like avoid side stitches.
Side stitches is like when it really hurts and you're like feel like you're cramping up and you're feeling like a lot of pain.
Yeah, it's mostly on your side. It's when your lungs diaphragm is cramping up and you feel that really aching pain on the side, and it like really slows you down.
I'm pretty good at that, developing. It hurts a lot. Like I can't breathe. I'm like, I can't run anymore. I feel like I'm losing it. So when you're saying you breathe in on one step and you breathe out on your next two, does it matter if you're breathing in or out through your nose or your mouth?
I usually do a combination of both, but when you're really breathing in through your mouth like a lot, you don't absorb the oxygen as well, as opposed to when you're breathing in through your nose. It just slows down your heart rate and it lets you run for longer.
So you do want to breathe in through your nose and probably out through your mouth?
Yeah.
I think I'm ready to start running. Yeah, that's not all you need. Don't let us fool you. Let's talk about the cross country team, the boys team. You're part of that. What year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
Is this something that you're going to continue to try to pursue at the next level after high school? Or are you going, I got to do everything this year, this is it?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go try to run for a college. I've already looked into Iowa, Wisconsin, just basically the Midwest area. That's
pretty awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you and seeing where you end up and how you continue. Let's talk about this season, and let's talk about the team in general and some of the notable individuals that you have. I know you guys are already off to a good start. You're experiencing some success. So tell us a little bit about the cross-country team overall and your journey over the past 4 years.
Our sport in general is really, really team-centered. Like our practices, we're always going to have either 2 or 3 little groups of us, like in the general skill area, and we all do our practices, we do our workouts, our long runs, we all do it all together. And we do stretches together, we do our workouts together, and then usually during our races, that's when it's like more individual centered. It's still like a team sport where we're all collectively scoring, but it's usually like everybody fends for themselves in the races.
Okay, so it is a team sport where you're supporting each other, you're training together, you're practicing together, but at the end of the day, it becomes an individual competition, and it's you versus your time, and you're trying to beat your time, and obviously there's team scores and whatnot, but it comes down to you, which I feel like that's what makes cross country unique. I compare it to sports like golf and swimming. Wrestling is kind of like that, where it's you. It comes down to you, and you got nobody to point a finger at. I know some team sports is like, oh, well, we didn't succeed, and I'm going to point my finger and say, because you didn't do your job or you didn't do your job. But at the end of the day with cross country, it's you versus your man versus himself, if you will, right? So tell me a little bit about how long is a typical cross country practice training session?
It usually depends on the day. Like Mondays, we'll usually start with some, just like get our movements in. And then Tuesday, we'll usually do a workout, whether it's like 800 repeats, mile repeats. We all do it on the grass. And then Wednesday is a long, easy run. We just get our mileage in. That usually takes like an hour, 5 minutes. And then Thursday, that's when we usually do our hill repeats. We have a big hill in the back, and we just rep those out. It's really, really hard.
You would say the most challenging day of the week would be Wednesday?
Wednesday is usually the easiest day.
Easiest.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's the most, like, it's the longest. It takes the longest, but it's just easy runs, just easy miles. We just jog around Burbank, and then I'd say Thursday, either Tuesday or Thursday, are the hardest days.
The strategy there is to be able to recover, to be able to prevent injury. Those are the reasons why you change that program throughout the week, and there's a very specific plan as to how you're going to train during the week.
We don't do workouts like every single day because we need our legs to be fresh for our races. We usually have races either Tuesday or Saturday. It's mostly Saturdays are like the big invitationals where we're going to like different schools, and then Tuesdays we usually stay like within the conference, and it's just like quad meets, tri meets, and we just balance out between hard work and like easy days just to stay ready for those race days.
What do you think about that? Like how the program has grown in your 4 years?
Our program has really changed a lot within these last 4 years. My freshman year, we had a good senior. His name was Jose Lozano. He runs for UIC now. I've beaten his times from his senior year now, but back there wasn't really much competition. There was only like one other senior from Richards competing against him, and they had like a little rivalry between them. My sophomore year, we actually won conference against Richards. We broke their four win streak, and my junior year, we lost conference because I don't think we had that many varsity runners. We were still like growing at that point of our season. I really think we have a good shot for conference, as in terms of like we have good runners this year for varsity. We have our top 5 guys, which is Santi, then I'm the second, then Moses, and our 4th guy is Lewis, and then the other Santi.
Juniors and seniors, or is there a mix between freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors?
Yeah, it's basically a mix. So we have all 4 levels on our varsity team. We have Santi, who's a junior, then I'm a senior along with Moses and the other Santi, and then Lewis is a sophomore, and then our 6th and 7th runners are a freshman and sophomore, I believe.
And how do they sort of like put that together? Is it just based on your times? Like you get timed and then you're the number 1 or you're the number 2 or you're number 3? Is that?
It's mostly about times, but it's also about like your consistency. Like you have to be running consistent fast times and be making good points for the team. The way cross country is scored is that the first finishers get the least amount of points, and the goal is to like get the least amount of points at the end. It's a combination of the top 5 runners. The 6th and 7th runners are usually used for backup, but it's the top 5 runners that score. So the point is to try to get like faster times so that you'll score less points, and then that's like how you win.
So it's kind of like golf. We're learning new stuff here. I had no idea how that works. It's pretty complicated. So you're saying that you do have more than 5 runners, but only your top 5 runners count.
Yeah, basically they're the ones that are making the points, and then 6th and 7th are like the backup runners.
By backup runner, you mean they don't even run, or they are still part of the race? It doesn't count toward the overall.
They still run the race. They like our top 7 still run like as a team, but it's say one of the top 5 drops out of the race, and we're gonna go back to the 6th or 7th runner and score from theirs.
I got you. So if something happens during the actual race that you're all racing in, somebody is, falls off, disqualified, who knows? What types of things happen during a race? Is that pretty common, or is it usually like you go in there with your top 5 and your top 5 finish and your top 5 score?
I honestly don't see it that often where we have to score based off of our 6th or 7th runners. It's usually when one of our top 5 doesn't even show up at all. So then we have to like bump one of them up.
And then how long is a typical cross-country race?
It's usually 3 miles from IHSA. The conference meet is 3 miles, then regional, sectional, state, those are all 3 miles. But then there are some races in the season that are a 5K, like one of our first races, it was the Michael Harrick Invitational at Lyons Township, and that was a true 5K.
So what do you like most about running? What's the thing that kind of drew you to the sport and has had you become continually passionate about being a varsity runner?
I feel like it's mostly the camaraderie and the sportsmanship, because at the line, like before we even run like 10 minutes, 5 minutes before the race, all the different teams are in one big line, and we're all just like talking to each other, and there's no trash talk in the sport. I feel like I wouldn't even call it trash talk, but most of it is like during the race when you're like fighting for your life, trying to get past everybody. Mostly, yeah, it's a really clean sport.
Probably mostly positive, right? Like it's not like you got guys like ramming into each other trying to get you out of the race. It's like you're pulling for yourself, and I think you really have to go to a place in your own head. Who's the big adversary in your conference? Who are we looking to beat this year?
It's always been Richards. Like they've consistently been a good team, but I think this year they lost one of their seniors, so we still have like a really good chance to win conference this year. I don't think anybody else in the conference is as good as us and Richards.
So that's the big rivalry right now. It's like it's probably going to be one of the two of you. You're the two big dogs in the conference. And we had talked about Santi, your number one runner. What is it that he's looking to do?
He's looking to be a 4-time state qualifier. He qualified his freshman year. He was the 10th individual qualifier, because the way runners advance to state is that it's top 6 teams in the sectional plus another top 10 individual from teams that did not qualify as a team. So he was the very last qualifier individually to qualify his freshman year, and then sophomore year he also qualified. This year we were pretty sure he's going to qualify because he's competing against like the top in the nation. I believe last Saturday he went down to Minnesota. He ran against some of the best runners in the Midwest, and he placed 10th in that race. So we think he has a really good shot at making it high in the state meet.
You're 1 and 2. You're number 1 and 2. So tell me how you guys interact together to push each other to get to a level like that, because I know you're really running at a very high level as well. You're number 2 just behind a guy that is one of the top runners in the state. So how has that helped you having a guy like that on the team?
Well, he's really pushed me a lot during our practices. Like sometimes when he has his easy days, he'll like push me to go like faster in workouts, like help me with my diet and stuff like that. Because he does have a lot of knowledge about the sport. Like he's really studied into it, and he shares all of his experience with us with the lower guys, and he's really been a great asset to this team.
How different is number 1 and 2?
It's a very big split. Like he runs, I believe his 3-mile time is like sub 15, and I'm still like up in the 16 area. So the difference is pretty wide.
It's a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
It's 1 minute. And that's a lot. One minute is a lot. I think we're out of time, Leo, and I appreciate you being on the show. It's the first one of the season, so I hope you had a good time. I thought we talked about some interesting stuff. We'll see all you guys in the next one. Best of luck to you in the remainder of the cross-country season.
All right, thank you.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you in the next episode. We'll let the music take us out. Bye-bye.